Well, I'm joined by Marshall Gore from the Africa Cup of Nations UK and the sports agent Daniel Lutaaya to talk about the competition, which gets underway next month. And look what they've brought into the studio. Present for me, surely.
Indeed. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
No, anytime. Well, tell us more about the competition.
Well, the competition kicks on the 30th of May. We had the draw today, which featured 20 senior teams and 8 junior teams at Wembley. It was very successful, and a lot of interesting fixtures are on the way, and everyone is getting ready to kick off now.
Well, how did it all start? This is quite an amazing competition that you got going.
This is a competition which started in 2009 by our founder, Dennis Mahada, who is not with us, but he started this dream of starting a tournament for Africans in the diaspora to use football as a tool to get them together, and with a view of also seeing that they can come and expose their talent to be taken to the bigger clubs. However, he saw that there is a big problem whereby corporate companies cannot come and access the community. But if we have a bigger tournament on the grassroots level, we can get corporate companies, charities or organizations and small companies to come and sell their services to the communities.
So which companies are involved with the Africa Cup of Nations UK?
At the moment, currently we've got secured sponsorship with Libara and World Remit, the money services company, and we've also secured sponsorship with Terry Higgins Trust. They are also supporting us. They've been supporting us for years, so they've come on board. We've got also the likes of Ethiopian Airlines coming in and supporting us. And just to echo on what Danny has said, that we felt obviously that the tournament gives a platform for us as the diaspora Africans and as Africans to write our own story. Really, it's an initiative that we have a sense of ownership. It's organized by Africans for African players and for the African community to come and intermingle and exchange culture, exchange values, and exchange friendship, exchange everything that you name it that is found within the humanity. As you know, with the history of African communities, they have integrated obviously into this diaspora, into this country, but behind this there's also a history of ethnic conflicts and stuff like that. So we believe that as a diaspora, the tournament gives an opportunity for people to actually kind of like bury those differences, those ethnic differences that we migrated with from here. So we use it as a platform to enable people to integrate and to get to know each other better and appreciate each other as a community.
Well, how successful has it been?
Oh, it has been successful. Like what Danny said, the tournament has been running since 2009, and this is 2015 now. And it continues to grow in stradom, in numbers as well. And it has become kind of like what I would call a vehicle for social cohesion. It has become the backdrop of grassroots community football for talented migrant African players. 13 in the last 6 years, we've seen 13 players being scouted by professional clubs from participating at the tournament. So it gives a platform for our young talented players to be showcased with club scouts so that they can enhance their professional football careers.
Yeah. Well, that's fantastic.
Not only that, but we've won so many awards in the community, but the most memorable one, in 2013, our founder was awarded in Buckingham Palace a medal by Prince William on 7th of October 2013 for starting such a big concept for Africans in the diaspora. And this was on a celebration of 150 years of football existence in the UK. They selected only 150 organizations out of the 3,000 projects, and ours was on the...
Congratulations, that's brilliant. But so I believe that the draw was made at Wembley today. What can you tell us about the group of deaths, who's involved, who's been drawn against who?
The draw was made at Wembley today, which is a milestone again at the home of English football. The attendance was good. I think we had about 120 people to come and witness the draw. You know, it was a very momentous occasion and very emotional for a tournament of this stage. And we thank the FA for their partnership with us, for allowing us to use Wembley as a venue, which is a milestone for us. Just going on to the group pickings, I think I'll analyze the first two groups. You know. In the first group, we have my fellow country, my beloved Zimbabwe. They've been.
But you're going to remain completely impartial. You're not going to be biased.
I will be very partial with my home country, but I can't control the emotions. Anyway, we've got Zimbabwe, Sierra Leone, Morocco, Senegal. To me, I view this as the group of death. Why do I say this? I say this because Sierra Leone are the current holders of the trophy. Morocco have been to the last 4 semi-finals, and Senegal have also been to the previous semi-finals, and as Zimbabwe we've been to the quarter-finals. So I actually see that there are 4 formidable teams here that can contest with Sierra Leone to get the top 2 places. Group B, we've got Nigeria, the seed, Rwanda, Kenya, Burundi, and Somaliland. For me, this is a no-brainer. Nigeria will obviously come up with the top spot, but the second
Stephen Keshi at the helm or something.
Yeah, the second spot it's very debatable. We've got the new guys, Somaliland, coming in. Kenya have been there for some time. They've been knocking. Burundi also aspire, and Rwanda are formidable. So it will be interesting to see who joins Nigeria going on forward.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a quick look at the other 2 groups as well. Who's your pick from Group C and Group D?
I think from Group A, I would probably say my pick would be Sierra Leone and Zimbabwe.
Okay, and what about Group C?
Group C, we have Cameroon seeded, DRC Congo, Tanzania, and Ivory Coast. Then Group D, we have Uganda seeded, Zanzibar, Zambia, South Africa, and Ghana. I believe also Group D is a tough one. I hope Uganda will go through, but Ghana is a tough
I'm not sure if I'm going to
competitor.
trust you guys when it comes to reining in your emotions. I have to watch the games with you. But when does it all start?
It starts exactly on the 30th of May at Western Memorial Grounds, which is the main home of the founding home of Western Football Ground, Football Club. And it goes on for 31st. Goes on the next weekend knockout stages, which is 6th and 7th of June, and then the finals will be going straight to 14th of June at Terence Higgins Macmillan Stadium. Okay. We have the group of the under-16, which is Nigeria, Morocco, Uganda, and Congo. And the Group B, we have Zanzibar, Tanzania, Senegal, and Somalia. I think Nigeria is in the tough one because Somalia has got most of the youngest talented footballers
and they're very talented, we know that for sure. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I believe that you have a little gift as well towards the end of the show when it comes to some of these matches as
Definitely,
well.
We want people to win some tickets.
Well, joining me in the studio this evening to look ahead to some of the weekend's Premier League fixtures are my guest, Marshall Gore from the Africa Cup of Nations UK and sports agent Daniel Lutaaya. Now, before we talk about the Premier League fixtures, I believe that you have a little present for our viewers.
Yeah.
Who wants to say? Who wants to give the surprise?
I'll let the marketing guy.
So next week, I believe that you're going to give some lucky viewers some tickets for
Definitely. We want to see that our consumers, viewers on the platforms can also come and witness this actual game of football at Western Memorial Ground and the finals at Terence Macmillan Stadium. Yeah. So we're going to give away tickets, so people should get ready. People should get ready and answer the questions for next week to win tickets. This is
you don't want to miss this opportunity.
You cannot miss this opportunity, and I believe this is going to be one of the best 4 teams which are going to be at the finals. Okay. You remember we have the under-16 who are going to be the finalists, and then the open age two teams which are going to be in the finals. So it's going to be good, and the price is only £10, but for you, you're going to get it for only answering the question.
You're quite the salesman. I love that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I know, right?
That's why we made him the match director of the tournament.
Brilliant. Yeah. So very quickly, moving on to the Premier League, the first match that we're going to talk about, Burnley against Arsenal. What are your views on this fixture? I mean, Arsenal are second in the table. They can't afford to drop any points.
Yeah, I think Arsenal have shown that you can ride them off at your own peril. They've become formidable at the right time of the season. So I think it's going to be an interesting game. And also, Burnley are no pushovers. They've managed to string a few good results in their last 3 games. You know, the draw against Tottenham at home was also a very, very good result for them. I've got a feeling that they will survive, and I think Arsenal have kind of like secured their top 4 place. But it's still going to be a very, very tough game for Arsenal. They'll need to work hard for a victory.
OK, well, moving on to the Manchester derby. There's only a point separating Manchester United and Manchester City. How do you see that one coming out, seeing as City have been on a terrible run of late?
It's going to be an interesting match because right now Manchester City cannot afford to lose any points. Otherwise, if they lose, they are going out of the chase for the trophy. And also, Manchester United cannot afford to lose in this derby. So it's going to be a very interesting game, and I'm sure for me the victor may be Manchester United.
OK, I'm feeling you on that one. What do you think about the Manchester derby?
I think it's an interesting derby, and it's coming at a time when we least expect that by this stage of the season, United will be actually on top of City. So it's going to be very, very interesting in terms of how the teams will set up in terms of their formation. United seem to have struck the right chord of winning games, and City, after the Crystal Palace defeat, you'll expect them to come more buoyant. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a dog-eat-dog affair. It's a derby, and it's going to be a cracking one. Perhaps maybe we could end up having a draw because there's a lot at stake here, pride to defend the City pride.
OK, we're not agreeing with that. But can you see Pellegrini keeping his job at the end of the season?
For me, I believe he'll keep the job because if they try to let him go, it's going to be very hard for them now to be containing the next season because it takes time for the players to be getting used to the new manager, into the new system. So they rather keep him than getting someone into the managerial position.
OK, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this evening.